beloved. Welcome this evening to Togetherness Media. We're so excited to have you with us today, and we have one of my favorite guests, the myth, the legend, a lady who brings so much knowledge, a lady who brings so much wisdom. She almost doesn't even know her introduction. Bring her in. Let's see if y'all know her. Guessed it. We got Coach Bonnie.
I
Hey,
always
Coach.
enjoy your introductions. I'm like, okay, I feel good. Keep going. I love it. I get
I can
a
keep going
boost
on
of
forever.
energy. Yes. Thank you for that always warm introduction. I'm just going to reach out and move myself to this side so I can see you.
Thank you for
Hello.
being worthy of the introduction.
Thank you so much. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Facing a lot of challenges. This new year has been hitting me quite hard, but roll with the punches and learn lessons. Learn lessons from the legions.
That's right. Nothing, I mean, we all have challenges, but the lesson is that challenges exist, but we're stronger than our challenges.
And then today's test is
I
tomorrow's
hope,
testimony.
yes, I hope whatever you're dealing with um, gets to be resolved smoothly, easily, effortlessly, and you get to enjoy the rest of 2021 and with resilience, with joy, with happiness, and with all the goodness that life has to offer. So happy, smooth
Appreciate it.
sailing
Some
from
of
this
it hopefully will eventually be resolved. Some of it includes family that's on terminal family members. It's a mixed bag, but life is grand, life is great regardless.
Yes,
So we
yes.
have a very interesting topic for our viewers today. I'd love for you to break that down for them.
So actually, with what you're going through, and a lot of people are going through these days, the topic of today is, I think it's one of the most important one to pay attention to. You see, we have become so attached to our digital gadgets, our phones, our
Yes.
laptops, and we carry like extra charger, and we make sure that the phone is always fully charged. And the minute we see that low bar and then that message comes on low power mode, we get panicky. We like, do you have a charger? Do you have an extra charger? And we desperately look to charge our phone. And without even realizing that we are paying more attention to our gadgets than to ourselves. And
Yeah.
sometimes when challenges come up, we put ourselves on overdrive. We don't take care of ourselves, and we think that we can run on empty. The same way that our phones and our laptops don't run on empty, we don't run on empty either.
Yeah.
We so
Yeah, I
yes.
understand.
So
During this entire thing, I've been stepping away a little bit more from society and also from people as a whole, just because I needed to recharge and reset and recenter myself. And and if you're no good for yourself, then you're no good for anyone else. So like sometimes I call it my hermit recharge mode. you know, where I just have to go back into my cave and power up and pray and just pray and meditate real hard to just recenter myself so I can just deal with everything else. Because if I just could try to continue on, try to fool myself and continue on like nothing's happening, then I'll end up exasperating matters for my own health, both mentally and physically. And I'll be lying to myself and lying to others. And I love what you said. It's sometimes so necessary to just when you need that time, when you need that space, to take. I'd love if you'd expand on that a little bit more.
so I'm so happy that you're aware of when you need to quiet down and to recharge and reboot yourself. A lot of people don't realize that. So my suggestion is to get in touch with your body, see what your body is asking for. If are you low in energy, make the simple things can really have a big impact, like taking care of your sleep, sleeping adequately, giving yourself enough rest time, um, getting yourself outside and getting some activities, um, eating well. I mean, I tend to do that. I'm guilty of that. When I'm busy, I tend to skip meals, and like by 4 or 5 o'clock, I have this huge headache, and I have tons
Yeah.
more to do, and I'm like, and then I have to trace myself back, and I go, what did I have today? What did I have eat today all day? And when I go back, I'm like, I just had a cup of coffee and maybe a handful of nuts. So, and that took me till like 3, 4, 5 o'clock on Sundays. And that is the worst thing that you can do to yourself. No,
Well,
I'm
like, and
actually talking to myself.
sometimes I end up doing like, sometimes I won't eat, but then sometimes I'll end up doing the opposite, where I'll
Exactly.
add, in addition to my other things, add more sweets to my diet. You know, like, oh, like it's funny, like how like certain foods, sometimes it's like the worst foods are the
Comfort
ones
food.
that you crave when you're going through hard times. You know, like
When you're going
sugars
through
and
hard times, yes, when you're going through hard times, challenging times, your body craves carbohydrates and sugar. That is comfort food. That's what our
yeah.
body is used to calm us down. So yes, be aware of what you're eating. Start eating healthy. Don't skip meals. I know that intermittent fasting is very popular. I do that too. But once that 14, 15 hour is passed, make sure that you fuel your body with nutritional food, get enough sleep, get outside, do some physical activities. Because we tend to do so much in a day, and when we take care of our physical body, we tend to be more productive, we tend to be more creative, we tend to be more relaxed, calm, a lot less stress and anxious thoughts come to our mind. So it is a very good self-care to be aware of if you want to be more productive and be more supportive of others and yourself. Like in your situation, when you have other people to take care of, it's always good to come from a place of rejuvenation, rebooting, and
Yeah.
being completely energized when you take care of someone else. Uh, it's a very old saying, and everybody uses this analogy when you're in the airplane. They say when the mask comes down, put it on yourself first before you even put it on your child. So that means that you need to take care of yourself first in order to
Lost
be
yourself.
able to take care of others.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so it's important to start creating a morning ritual and a nightly
Hmm.
ritual. Because when
Okay.
you start the morning ritual, it starts your day on a good note. Very soon, it doesn't have to be anything drastic. You can just wake up 5 minutes earlier, do a little bit of a stretch, maybe get 10 minutes of outdoor um, brisk walk. It's very 5 minutes of meditation, whatever it is that puts you in that motivated and inspired and energetic self of yours. So, and then
Yeah.
same thing at night. I
Hmm.
usually tell my clients to start a gratitude journal. Do
Hmm.
not do not watch TV in bed, especially news and violent movies.
Or violent
Bedroom
news.
Bedrooms are for sleeping, for rejuvenation, and for making love, not for watching
Yes.
violent movies. So
Yes.
make sure, yeah. Uh, when you are working, when you are working, make sure that you don't have any distractions. Uh, things that I have a list of things that actually drain your energy while you're working.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
and that is when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do, you grab your phone and you check your messages. We talked about watching TV in bed, which is a no-no.
Yeah.
And having multiple tabs open on your computer when you're working. Having that
Yeah.
urge, that having your phone next to you and having that urge that when the minute, the second the text comes in, you need to reply. But the minute the phone rings, you need to pick it up and talk to the person. So have yourself this, and this takes discipline. Either put your phone
Mm-hmm.
on silence or put it somewhere else. Have time limits, like from 9
Hmm.
to 11, I'm not going to check my phone. From 11 to 12, I'm going to reply to my emails. From 3 to 4, I'm going to reply to my text. And we always have that option. If something is urgent and an emergency comes in, we can always have
Hmm.
that option that can alert us. So anything else,
Yeah.
if we are doing something important, can wait.
I have a
You
question.
agree? Sure.
I agree. Actually, it's a bundle of questions. Reading and audiobooks in bed. Um, are those okay for our viewers to do? And also, my next question was, well, let's answer that question first, then we'll come to my next one.
Yes. I mean, if you're not listening to anything violent or anything that a murder mystery audiobook, that's okay. As long as it's soothing, as long as it's
Okay.
putting you in a good place, I would definitely suggest that. And listening to calming music before bed is really a good idea as well.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of
Not,
suffragal
nothing
frequencies.
that
Um,
aggravates the mind and nothing that puts your mind in a chaotic mode, and nothing
yeah,
violent. Just we want to calm the mind so that we can get the most benefit of our sleep time. You don't want to
yeah. So
agitate.
like, yeah, for those who want to listen to calming music, I recommend things like the suffragal frequencies. Each one has a different thing that it does for the vibration. There's 174, 285, 396, 417, 528, 639, 741, 852, and the God frequency 963. There's also the universal frequency 432 I recommend as well. And then for abundance 888, which is an amazing one for
I have
bringing
a
in
suggestion,
abundance.
Anthony. Is there a way that you can maybe when you post this on Instagram or Facebook, maybe in the comments, add a link to it or write mention them again, because I know it's they are precious. They are really, really good. And I'm afraid that people might not be able to remember all the things that you just said. So it would be
Yes.
a good idea to place them, write them down in the comments when you post the video.
Yeah, I'll make sure to get those into Amir, the suffragios.
Yes,
The
yes.
next question I had is I know sometimes when people, especially people who are naturally caretakers and who have a sense of responsibility and leadership, sometimes it's really hard for them, and they feel a sense of guilt or shame when they have to step away, when they have to step away to care for themselves, and take that time off, and they feel like they're shirking responsibilities or shirking people that need them. Can you talk to them a little bit and let them know that it's okay at those time periods to take care of your health, to take care of your health mentally and physically, and
Absolutely.
help them deal with those issues?
Stepping away for a day, half a day, or however long you need to take to recharge and be able to go back, it's absolutely necessary. Because if you're not feeling your best, if you're not in your 100% energy, mentally, physically, emotionally, you won't be able to give the way you want to give to the other person. You're not fully
Yes.
there. You are physically there, but emotionally, mentally, and energetically in your physical body, you're not there. So you're not even doing the other person a favor by staying, because you might even do
Hmm.
more harm than good. So it is for both of you. It's the best thing that to take some time, and the other person appreciates it as well. And the way to avoid feeling guilty is to have maybe a substitute for yourself, have shifts. If you're taking care of an
Mm.
elderly or a sick person, maybe have two or three people that you can alternate and have shifts, like this time to this time you take care of the person, and I can step back and take a nap or take a shower or whatever. And then that way you are feeling comfortable that someone is there to watch over the person, so you're not just leaving them alone. So have shifts, have someone else step in while you're stepping out to take care of yourself. I mean, just
Right.
remember, if we are not in our best, we are not able to give our best.
Exactly. And one small thing I'll add to that too is when you're in that situation, you may not be able to handle everything. You can't handle everything you want to handle, and there are certain things that may be out of your control when there are the moments when you get the strength. Handle the things that you can. Handle the things
Absolutely.
that are in your control, and do bite sizes, which call it, like when you have little kids, you have to cut their meat into small little pieces so that they don't choke on don't choke on the pieces that are too big. Sometimes when
Yes.
you're going through things in life, you have to maybe bite smaller than you normally would. You normally just hum, 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 just eat it all in
Yes.
like one big lump. But right,
Especially on tough days, take it one day at a
yes,
time, really one day at a
yes,
time. Sometimes even 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time.
yeah,
I'll
one
I'll
moment at a
do
time.
this. Yeah, and I'll think about the next step in 5 minutes, or you just need to take it easy. And I know a lot of us, when we're big picture guy and we think about the big picture, but sometimes we need to really laser focus and just think about, what do I do the next minute? What step do I need to
Yeah,
take a minute from now? And that's totally okay. And that is
yeah.
absolutely okay. How do you
And in
eat an
between those
elephant?
moments, have
How
I
do you eat
what?
an elephant? How do you eat an elephant?
Oh, one bite at a time.
That's right.
Yes, yes,
That's right.
exactly. Which call it,
Yes.
yeah, which
So,
it's also necessary when you're going through these moments, when you're going through these times, take the time in between, even in between tasks or in between the individual things, to breathe. Take those moments to breathe and recenter yourself in between. When you start feeling yourself like it's like everything's pent up and everything's going hard, and you're getting discouraged or you're getting overwhelmed, take that moment, breathe, and whatever you can't handle maybe isn't meant to be handled. Like there's an old term,
right.
let go, let go, let God. And sometimes like I laugh, like we give our problems to God and then we take them right back. Sometimes like, when there's things that we can't handle, once you let them go and you give them, like if there's things that you can't handle physically and mentally, once you let them go,
Exactly.
once you give them to whatever higher power you want to give them to, once you give them up to fate, if you don't believe in a higher power, if it's something that you
You
can't
surrender to
control.
what is. Yes. So you surrender to
Exactly.
what is. And
Exactly.
and that is one of the biggest lessons one can learn in life, to
Yes.
surrender to what is.
Yes.
And
That's a
surrender
beautiful
is not
phrase.
giving up. Surrender is
No.
not giving up. It's just realizing where I am at this moment and
Yes.
knowing my capabilities, knowing my power, what I can and cannot control, what I can
Yes.
do and I cannot do. So that's very important.
Yeah, we call it, like the world keeps on spinning, and we can't stop. So just like we can't stop the world spinning, and just like we can't stop time, there are certain things that that aren't under our control. But the world keeps on spinning, but doesn't mean we're going to fly off of it. So and like,
Very true. Yes.
yeah. So
So
yeah,
whatever you're going through, whatever our audience and viewers are going through, make sure that you take care of yourself first. It's not selfish to take care of yourself. It's necessary to be able to give your 100% to whatever it is that you are uh, attending to. So make sure that
yeah,
you take care of yourself, you love yourself, and that energy also goes back to the other person. It's they feel the energy, they feel your
yeah,
wholeness. If you are depleted, that is what they are feeling as well. So make sure that
yeah.
your emotional tank is full, your physical body is nourished and energized, and then you can step into the world and do all the amazing things that you do.
Exactly. And like they say, if you're on an airplane, put the mask on yourself first. And also, when you're going through things, especially a series of misfortunes or a series of hardships, sometimes it's the universe telling you it's time to change course in a certain way. Sometimes
Yes,
like so pay attention to the lessons, pay attention to messages. Sometimes things will come at you one after another, one after another, one after another, because it's time for you to steer a
exactly.
course possibly.
And here, this is how the universe works. It first gives you a nudge, like a little bit tap on the shoulder. Then, if you don't get it, the tap goes a little bit harder. Then maybe a slap in the back. Then maybe
Yeah,
literally shaking you and say, "Hey, do you remember all those few other times that you didn't get the lesson? I'm really
yeah,
yelling at you. Get it?" So this is what happens. If it starts small and then if you keep ignoring it or not paying attention to it or not getting the lesson, then the universe starts yelling and starts throwing big things at you so that you cannot
yes,
ignore it anymore.
yeah.
Yes.
I call it the way I describe it is similar. I call it the eagle in the nest approach. They're like the eagle
Uh-huh.
in the nest. Like eagles, they're fledglings. They will, like, as they get older, they start taking out all the soft down out. So not like no whichever way they turn, they can't get comfortable. They turn this way, they turn that way. They have something poking in between the wings, something poking
Oh,
us like rocks and sticks, and then eventually, if they don't get the point, the parent eagles will push the fledglings out and make them fly. The universe will sometimes, if like when it's time for us to fly, and we're too
absolutely.
stagnant and too comfortable in a situation that we've grown past. Um, like it doesn't want us to miss the turn. It's like a really aggressive GPS.
Yes, yes. It has our back, but at the same time, it's giving us some tough love because they know
Yes,
the universe knows that we can handle it. We're resilient. We can rise above it. And I truly,
yes,
truly hope whatever it is that you're going through, you may rise above it even stronger and more resilient and more brilliant and more awesome than you are right now.
give praise. Likewise, likewise to all of our viewers. And
Yes.
tonight's the first moon. By the way, tonight's the first full moon
Yes.
of the new year. So it's a beautiful night to set intentions. It's a beautiful night to meditate.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful night to come through with your family. It's called the Wolf Moon. Arrrr! The Wolf Moon is in Leo. So tonight, if you get a chance, especially if you're going through a hard time, go out with the moon. Sometimes just sometimes just something as simple as going outside and just
Yes.
shouting and yelling and howling at the moon
And
can be so
releasing.
freeing.
Yes.
So like get out there and free yourselves tonight. Get out there and let go for a second. Let go of you. When you howl at the moon, you yell at the moon, just go ahead and in your howl, in your scream, let go of everything that's been bugging you. Let go of all of the pain. Let go of all the frustration. Let go of all of the anguish. Send it all out. Send it all out as it no longer serves you. And be thankful that you've learned the lessons that you need to receive from these things. And just go ahead and just free your mind, free your body, and and just go ahead and just be unhindered, be unfettered for a moment.
Absolutely. I just want to add one more thing to how you explained it so beautifully. Letting go requires you to accept first. We just
Yes,
can't snap it and wish it away. When we
yes,
say let it go, it means that you're fully aware of that negative emotion. You're feeling the feelings, you're understanding the feelings, and you're understanding the situation, and you are deciding that that
yes,
emotion, that feeling, that situation no longer serves you, and I'm ready to let it go.
yes,
While fully embracing it, accepting it, acknowledging it, and then letting it set free, letting it go.
yes. Release so that we can increase.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love you, Coach Bonnie. Tell people where they can find you.
So my website, bonniesadigh.com, or even a better place, my Instagram. I would love, love, love to have you there. Coach Bonnie NLP.
Yes. Coach Bonnie, I love you. Make sure to hit this woman up. Make sure to reach out. If you have any questions about life, any concerns, if you're dealing with stuff with family, dealing with personal things, or sometimes if you just need sometimes if you just need a verbal or emotional hug, she is there for it. She is such a lovely person. Take care of this resource. Utilize resource, and we love you, and we're so thankful that you are a
Love you too.
resource for us here.
Take care, Anthony. Bye.
Bye. This has been Anthony Powers. This has been this evening. And this is always Togetherness Media. For myself, for Coach Bonnie, for my man, Mr. Amir Lahijy, holding it down in the studio. I want to remind you all, be divine, and you are so loved. Stay tuned. More content for you here on Togetherness Media. We'll be back tomorrow, baby.
Raise your vibration and re engage with life. Find balance and reconnect with joy. Your vehicle is balancing the wheel, and we're here to support you in becoming more happier, healthier, and successful. wheelofwellbeing.com or drsadigh.com.
Do you have viruses or malware warnings? Have a problem with your computer and need help? 24 hours, 7 days. Computer Emergency Services. Convenience and savings at your fingertips. Download our free app and keep in touch.